everybody, this is John for MTG Nexus with another kind of strategy slash tip video. So, why is a modern burn and is it Phoenix channel looking at a MTG Arena interface and deck? So, set the background story. This particular video is about tilt and kind of some tips and tricks to avoid it, how to notice it. Kind of one of the things I've noticed really affects some players' performances. Obviously, we all deal with it in some way or other. I notice as I get more and more competitive or kind of used to success whenever I go on a bad run, be it bad decisions, be it bad choices, deck choice, card choices, lines of play, bad keeps. I notice that I tend to tilt off and I keep grinding, I keep wanting to play matches, and sometimes it's just best to hold up, take a minute, and take a step back, especially if you're playing on the computer as opposed to a tournament in paper, and, take a breather. We'll be back in 1 second to kind of break it all down for ya. So here we are back talking about tilt, how to recognize it, what can lead on to it, etc. So a couple personal stories, one story from my brother last week. Standard. So this past week I was starting a grind on Standard Nexus MTG, trying to get to Mythic and potentially Mythic Top 1000. That's kind of my goal for the month over on the Standard side. And I really took it hard because I started out as Silver 1 because I finished Platinum last Standard, and I had dropped all the way back to Silver 4. I played a couple matches with Esper Hero on my own time. I started recording with this Grixis mid-range list, and then switched over to Gruul Monsters because I kept losing with Grixis, and kept losing with Gruul as well. I got all the way down to Silver 4, so basically I went 1 in 10 in matches. And something I found myself when I was grinding MTGO a lot, trying to get tickets, trying to get money, etc. Sometimes you just need to take a step back and realize that it's really not healthy. I made this joke about when I worked at a gas station with my sister. There was a dude that would come in every day, and he would buy scratch-off tickets until he won. It didn't matter if it was $2, $50, whatever he won. This dude would spend hundreds of dollars on tickets till he won something. And I didn't understand that mentality. And then I realized kind of the other day as I'm sitting here grinding, this is my goal for this month, that I'm doing the same thing. I'm beating my head against this wall when I should have just taken a step back, gone for a walk, gone and done something else. And it took me tilting off, canceling a video because I was really kind of, really just being ignorant to, the computer, my opponent, etc. I didn't actually save that recording because it was just why am I letting this game get to me so much, especially when there's not intrinsically a lot on the line in these matches. Yeah, I'm trying to climb the ladder. Yeah, I want to hit Mythic. Yeah, that's my goal, but I mean, I have no money on the line. I have no, and then I just realized that sometimes you just need to chill out. I recognize what's bought. Well, step number 1 is recognizing that the game's getting to you. Whether it be, the current tournament you're in, you're not doing well, or you're playing real well and you lose this one match. Step number 1 is recognizing you're getting your gear on edge. Whatever your calming techniques are, whether you're a smoker and you gotta go outside and smoke, whether you go for a quick walk, just go into the restrooms, kind of taking a deep breaths. You need to first the step is to recognize. The second step is to realize what are your calming mechanisms, kind of in real life. And there's a lot of different situations that can lead to things, not performing well, stuff going on in your personal life, and you're trying to put all your energy into one thing. A lot of us use magic as an escape, and sometimes we have to remember that it's just a hobby. For a lot of us, this is not our living. This is not our, not everything's riding on these, and even in these bigger tournaments, when a lot of money's on the line, people question why people cheat. People question why people, try to rules lawyer people. People try to question why, any of that kind of stuff. And honestly, just being competitive in a game where there's no money on the line, I can understand how it easily transitions to people that are, willing to go over the edge, to berate their opponent, to talk down to their opponent, to blatantly cheat. I can understand how one can make the leap from, frustration to doing any means necessary, not even outside of the game, doing stuff to the pressure gets to you, and it's like, you know, would I really want to make this my living, knowing that I get this frustrated with this kind of thing sometimes, just setting this goal and wanting to hit this goal and not realizing that, I had another 29 days at that point. I just needed to take a step back, go take a breather, go do something else. And sometimes help and recognize that in other people too. Like my brother, he's been playing the standard showdowns with me a lot, and he's been running, like he was running a Grixis, or not a Grixis, a Mardu hero list, and before that he was running a little bit older version of the Enigma Drake, Crackling Drake, Is It Drake's deck, and he hasn't been doing too well. And I was like, just chill out, it's not a big deal, blah 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 blah. And it's like, it's easy for me to say that when I'm going like 2-1 every week with mono white, and getting showdown packs and this, that, and the other thing. Sometimes we got to be a little bit more sympathetic to others. We've got to be more aware. If your buddy's like really, if you're doing well and you're happy and your buddy's tilting off, maybe take 30 seconds, a minute, just like help your dude out. Just kind of, help people that you're with recognize that they're tilting off, and try to get them into a state where they can kind of blow some steam off and calm down and get back to either enjoying the game or trying their best. And finally, one other situation, I very rarely rage quit paper events, but there was a situation back a couple years ago. I was playing a slightly budget version of Ban Eldrazi. I didn't have the Cavern of Souls, and I got hit with Remand. It was like some type of budget enchantment deck. Shout out to Dylan Bowles, by the way. Got hit with had a Reality Smasher get hit with a Remand, and I think it's Gideon's Intervention. It's like 2 white. You have protection from the named card, and opponents can't play the named card. So basically, my opponent like remanded my Reality Smasher and then played this card that was like, it was such jank at the time, and I'm just like, can't believe somebody's playing this stuff. And I literally just like put my cards, conceded the game because I was down a game anyway, put my cards in my deck box and just like kind of stormed out of the place, and didn't go back for several weeks. And that was really reflected poorly on my attitude. So you gotta know your triggers. Like in real life, like I try to be pretty chill on stream, but in real life, if I get frustrated, I tend to be vocal. So, try not to let that like boil over into the card game too much. This is kind of my escape from, work, escape from, things in life sometimes, and sometimes from my own personal story, you got to recognize what things are tilting you off and learn to chill out before, you get into a full-blown, yelling, screaming, whatever. So I want to hear in the comments down below what kind of things set you off, what you do to kind of relax in between rounds, or relax while you're, grinding arena, you're grinding MTGO, you're grinding in paper, even in real life situations. Like what do you guys do to kind of chill out, relax when you find yourself stressing out? Anyways, this has been John for MTG Nexus. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out our Patreon page if you're a Burn player and would like a sideboard guide every month. I have to update that twice a month for our $1 Patreons. As always, I want to thank everybody tremendously for the growth and support on this channel. We're starting to drive that last little bit towards 1,000 subs. And for those of you that don't quite understand why 1,000 subs is a big deal, YouTube's monetization policy, which means advertisements will start showing up in videos somewhere down the line, means once you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, then start getting a little bit back from YouTube that I'd be able to invest more in the channel. So you guys could, share this with your friends, share the channel with your friends if you have people that play Burn, people that play Phoenix, or just, want to get better at Magic. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for your support. This has been John for MTG Nexus. Everybody have a great day.